DiamondTrail Ranch here. Do you ever wonder if your farm animals can benefit from kitchen scraps? On our homestead here at DiamondTrail Ranch, nothing goes to waste. In this video, we'll talk about how feeding those chickens, goats, ducks, and even horses the right kind of kitchen scraps can save money, improve nutrition, and reduce waste. Learn what's safe, what to avoid, and how scraps fit into a healthy feeding plan on the homestead. Guys, welcome back. It's DiamondTrail Ranch. This is one of our favorite homestead hacks. Leftovers, right? We turn nutrition from our kitchen into our for our chickens, ducks, goats, sometimes the horses, sometimes the doggos. It's all nothing. None of them can eat. So you know, one of the best parts of homesteading is how nothing here goes to waste. It's all used literally just from the day before, so it doesn't hurt anybody. Sweet potatoes, bananas, eggs, natural things like that, any certain greens. It can save money, it can reduce garbage, obviously. Teaches us to all live more sustainably, right? You know, we're going to start with these chickens back here in the back behind the doggos. You know, you want to give them vegetable peelings, leftover rice, a little fruit. They'll go absolutely crazy for all of this stuff. Scraps give them variety in their diets, extra nutrients, right? That plain feed sometimes doesn't cover, especially if you're buying the store-bought stuff. I watch a lot of cool videos here, guys, that are other homesteaders and others in person that we know that literally make their own scratch, their own feed and everything. I'm like, that is just so amazing. I love that. If you make your own, let me know in the comment section below. Leafy greens give them vitamins. Fruit gives them natural sugars and hydration. Sweet potato, you know. Obviously, you don't want to give them raw potato peels or anything moldy. You don't want to give them things like avocado or chocolate. Obviously, not like dogs either, right? Overall, though, for the most part, kitchen scraps are one of the cheapest, healthiest supplements you can offer. The best part, the nutrients from those scraps end up right back into the eggs that they lay for us, so it's super cool. That was just a little extra I had for the for everybody. That's why I didn't care that the dogs jumped in a little bit. Of course, most of this stuff is in their natural dog food. That's why they don't care too much for it. That's why the chickens and ducks and everybody are loving it. Ducks love scraps as well, especially leafy greens. They love the peas, the watermelon rinds, the cucumbers. Scraps give them hydration, and it keeps their digestion system moving, which is super cool. Here's something we've learned too with the ducks. If you cut up scraps small for them, like these guys, you see the little pieces right here. You know, in the chickens, you avoid processed junk. You want to cut them small so they don't choke on them. Ducks really thrive when their diet is supplemented with fresh produce. It makes their eggs richer and helps their feathers shine. So the goats, who are actually on the other, they're behind me on the other side. That's okay. They don't know that I passed out the food. Yeah, she let them out today. The goats are out today. They must be eating grass on the other side of the pasture here. Some safe kitchen scraps for goats include apple slices, banana peels, which are down here, carrot tops, bits of lettuce. You know, they'll also happily munch on leftover bread in small amounts. You don't want to typically give them too much bread, and you don't want to give anything too much bread, even people, right? I mean, it's, you know, goats should never get onion, goats should never get garlic, and they should not ever get anything moldy. None of these animals should get anything moldy. You wouldn't eat any moldy, right? I mean, unless it's feta cheese or blue cheese. I'm sorry, not feta. Blue cheese, I'm just kidding. I actually kind of like blue cheese sometimes, you know, maybe with some wings. You just want to make sure scraps aren't nobody's main diet. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the goats, not the ducks, not the chickens, nobody. You don't want to completely replace their food with it. It helps, you know, break up costs. It's very cost effective. The benefit for goats is it turns it into milk, strong bones for them, and energy. You feed them leftovers. It's just another way to keep them happy and reduce waste around the homestead. Even your horses, like the ones back there, you can see Buckeye, Indy, and our buddy Red, right? They're all chilling back there in the background. They can enjoy kitchen scraps. I didn't give them any of these right here though. I have more. We always have kitchen scraps. This was the set I set out specifically to show you guys how I do it in the videos. It's that easy. And this stuff, obviously, it's biodegradable, but they're gonna eat all of it. They always do. You know, for horses, they like things like carrot peels, obviously. Well, it may not be obvious for some, but carrot peels, apple cores, watermelon rinds are great treats. I don't believe we actually have any watermelon right now, though. It adds a nice variety and hydration, especially in the Florida heat, or if you live in a zone like 9 or 10. We're in 10A, it's brutal. You want to stay away from things with them like onions, basically onions for all of them, right? Potatoes for the horses, stay away, and nothing sugary for the horses. Horses do best with hay and grain. Scraps can be a little healthy bonus. What about the real benefits of feeding kitchen scraps? Well, like I mentioned earlier, you heard me say feed costs, right? A huge help if you're feeding a whole barnyard, and boy, are we feeding a barnyard. It improves nutrition because animals get fresh vitamins, minerals from real food. It reduces waste, which is simply good stewardship at the end of the day of your resources that God's given us, right? Finally, it's fun. Isn't it fun to toss out your leftovers to them? The animals love it. Makes feeding time more interactive. See these guys over here coming in? At the end of the day, you know, it's a win-win to feed them scraps. The animals are healthier, your feed bill drops, nothing goes to waste. You know, just remember though what's safe for each species, because it really does matter, and keep the scraps as a supplement, not their main diet. I do want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today at DiamondTrail Ranch. Today we've got some storms moving in, but that's all right. I see Echo, one of our doggos over there. She's drinking some water. We did have all of our water treated for coccidia. We had a little bit of an issue with that with our goats, but you know, that's part of homesteading. It happens sometimes, you know. I got several videos on coccidia, how to treat it, what to do. When you do that, when you treat it, obviously you don't want to drain it right away, but that's a whole nother. Again, I have videos on that. That's just kind of a little update. I know we haven't been completely. The long form videos have been a little less active for us, but we'll be back, you know, more into it as always. We're never going away. We're always going to be an active channel. You can also follow us on Facebook. We are on X. I post pretty regularly on Facebook. We do shorts. I try to get shorts out at the very least every day, so that way you get some kind of new content. So make sure you hit that bell, because that will pop up for you. Ding! If you hit the bell and hit all on it there, it's free. It lets you know when anything gets uploaded, shorts too. So, but I want to thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you subscribe, and if you're new here, show anybody you know that would like some help. What do I do with my kitchen scraps? You know, if you got any extra animals, what kind of food they can and cannot eat, based on breeds as well. Thanks so much for hanging out. DiamondTrail Ranch signing out.